Hello, my name is Josie Bradshaw. I teach American history at Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools, Providence High School in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is my third year teaching. I teach about 30 students per class, so I have the opportunity to impact about 180 students per school year. I decided I wanted to be a teacher when I was 15 years old. I remember riding the bus to my own high school listening to the newly released Hamilton the Musical soundtrack. And I was fascinated by these themes of legacy, who tells your story, and democracy and capitalism. I currently contribute as a leader in my school district as a fellow with Charlotte Teachers Institute. Going off my lifelong passion for my personal inspiration, Hamilton the Musical, I did my curriculum unit that we publish with that institute each year on how to use Hamilton to teach Unit 1 of American history. That's Hamilton's financial system, that's the formation of political parties, that's the formation of our country's democracy. So I love using innovative lessons, music, acting, and hands-on activities that can inspire students and make the content feel relatable to our current democracy and capitalistic society, even as we're studying the one that was formed 300 years ago. One of my core goals as a teacher is to inspire my students to participate in politics. I love history and politics so much that I actually went back to finish my master's in public administration and graduated in May 2024. Finishing that degree inspired me to continue to teach the students all the historical context required in American history, but also to inspire them to bring that context into our society today. How can you influence your local, state, and national government? I tell students about some of my own experiences. For example, I'm able to work as a contractor and contribute to federal nutrition education guidance. This is a wonderful opportunity to contribute to public health and help people to be able to access community resources. That's something I'm personally really passionate about, and so I tell my students, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum you're on. What matters is that you find something that matters to you, that you love, that gets your heart beating, and that you want to do something about, a change you want to make and feel inspired to contribute to in our society. My students learn in my class the importance of equality and being viewed as equal under the law. I always tell them about the historical context of one of my favorite personal passion projects when we discuss this topic. I had the opportunity to work with a nonprofit called More Grace Ministries, UNC Charlotte, and local Presbyterian churches. Our goal was to uncover the identities of enslaved people who were buried in unmarked graveyards around our local community. So when I teach about the terrible realities of slavery, that's just one more example I can give the students, is people were not considered equal in death and were not given the memory and memorial of a gravestone when they passed away. Now, years later, we can work for that democratic value of equality and identify using ancestry and genealogy research to uncover as many identities of those individuals as possible and finally restore their equality and make those grave sites not overgrown patches of woods as they had been previously, and instead a valuable place for community members to go and see their ancestors and where they came from here in Charlotte. A project like that really helps the students to understand how this historical context continues to impact people today. So I encourage them to research their own genealogy as well, to learn where their ancestors were during the time periods that we study. That helps them to feel more connected to our content in our course. Thank you very much for the opportunity to apply for the Democracy and Capitalism Teachers Institute. I would really love the opportunity to learn more about these subjects in order to better my teaching practices and make more of an impact on my students and my district as a local leader. Thank you very much for considering my application.